let's not get into it.
Okay. I'll just start it off with, welcome to another episode of Off the Records with B Money and the O Comment. Woo!
Woo! Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
We have, today we have Brendan Small.
Hi. Hi there. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, this is great energy right up from the top.
Right out of the gates.
But yeah, Brendan Small, the successful Brendan out of the two. Home movies.
Sure.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably the most successful Brendan, period.
As a musician, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What
DETHKLok.
What Brendan
Yeah.
even comes close?
Well, maybe a few Brendans, but no Brendon except for you and me. It's us. It's us tied neck and neck, basically.
There's a guy named Brendan Urie who always comes up if you Google
you know who
the
he is? That
BRENDON.
dude is from...
It's like an English comedian or European.
No, I think... Isn't Brendan Urie, isn't that the dude from... he's in a band. He's in... yeah.
Yes, he's in Panic at the Disco.
There you go.
Yes.
He's way more famous than us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Together.
Brendan loves Albert Brooks. Sean loves Albert Brooks.
I love Albert Brooks. Albert
love
Brooks
Albert Brooks.
is like 100% on my Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that. I mean, if we haven't, it was cut out.
Who's the who are the other ones on the Mount Rushmore?
Norm, Albert Brooks, Steve Martin, Dave Attell are my top four.
Oh, yeah,
favorite
that's not
comics.
bad.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
with that.
real white. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, if I could poke a hole in myself,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like I'm a woke king.
Well, you definitely have come after yourself for the offense.
Yeah, I have to. You have to punish yourself
Yeah.
when you do something as egregious as that.
Do you remember how old were you when you got into Albert Brooks?
I was 16 years old, and I basically rented Real Life on a DVD or VHS maybe, and it changed my life forever. It is still to
nothing
this
like
day.
it,
Yeah, it's the best. Did you watch it, Brendan?
I didn't have a chance to watch it.
Fuck.
Let me look at it.
I saw it I saw the first Albert Brooks experience I had was when I was around 11, I think, and that's when Lost in America came out. And my parents would always say, "Check this out," or we had a VCR, so I'd be taping stuff. So that's how I got into Woody Allen and Monty Python and all that stuff. So I'd just be taping stuff all the time. And so finally they said, "Check this out. You may find this interesting." And I'm 11, and this guy's like having a midlife crisis, and it's just infected with rage, the whole movie. And I was interested.
Yeah.
I was interested in this very, very different style of character and comedy, and a guy who comes unhinged like in the first 11 minutes of the movie or so.
Yeah, I mean nobody loses their mind like Albert Brooks. Like he is the best at it.
And not only that, his characters are just fucking wrong all the time. They're just wrong about everything.
Everything
over again.
They're never morally right. Like they might be at the end.
He's always trying to get away with. I don't know if he's getting away with something, but he is just categorically wrong in modern romance. He is wrong as wrong can be.
Yeah, of course.
In real life, he is trying to make a movie work and trying to compromise morality and everything just to get his.
And selfishly putting himself in front of an entire family. Like yeah. And I really admire him just for all of that. And plus, like, watching like Modern Romance and Lost in America, both of those movies have these like scenes that I'm like so jealous of, where I think they're just like the perfect comedy scene. Like the Gary Marshall scene in Lost in America is like, it should just be taught at school if like there is comedy classes, like teach that.
It's just, and that scene in particular, it does something that is that I guess is part of trying to negotiate with someone when you have no cards. Is a really, really interesting thing for this guy who is an advertising exec in the scene. To try to pitch and try to make it work. And Gary Marshall is a wonderful foil, of course.
As the boldest experiment in advertising history, you give us our money back.
I beg your pardon?
Give us our money back. Think of the publicity. The Hilton Hotels has these billboards all over Los Angeles where the winners of these slot machine jackpots. Their faces are all over L.A., and I know that works. I've seen people at corners look up and say, maybe I'll go to the Hilton. Well, you give us our money back. I don't even know now because I'm just coming off the top of my head, but a visual where if we had a billboard and the Desert Inn handed us our nest egg back, this gives the Desert Inn, really, Vegas is not associated with feeling.
Well, first of all, those people on those signs, they won. You lost.
But that's it. That's the campaign.
What's the campaign?
You gave my wife and I our money back because you reviewed our situation and you realized that we dropped out of society and we weren't just gamblers and we made a mistake and you gave our money back. Do you know you couldn't get a room in this place for 10 years?
Then everybody will want their money back. All the gamblers will say, hey, go to the Desert Inn and get our money back.
Not gamblers. You keep all the money. It's just that my wife and I aren't gamblers. That's what I'm saying. That's the distinction. My wife and I represent the few people, and I'll tell you something, there's probably nobody else that's ever going to come and have this happen. So really probably we're the only two. We represent the people who have taken the chance. And we made a mistake and then the Desert Inn corrects it and gives it back. There is a warm feeling here.
But you don't think everybody then will want their money back?
No. In the campaign, you make a clear distinction between the bold, who would be my wife and I, and then all the other schmucks who come here to see Wayne Newton.
I like Wayne Newton.
I said Wayne Newton?
What were you talking about? I heard you say, schmuck, see Wayne Newton. I like him. That makes me a schmuck?
Oh, no.
Albert Brooks was in Santa Barbara.
So it's like J.D. Salinger coming out of the woods at some point. I found out that he was...
For you.
For me. Yeah, for you, it's like your worst enemy coming out of the woods, coming to haunt you. But for me, I was so excited to know that he was going to appear and speak. And I don't know if he's old and curmudgeonly or if he's excited to speak or what the story is. I just knew he was speaking, and I immediately got tickets. And I told you about it, right?
Yeah. And I bought one ticket. I was like, well, maybe I'll just drive, I'll see. I'll buy a ticket and I'll just have it. And maybe I'll drive to Santa Barbara and go to that. And I did. And it was a lovely weekend. I had my own place and Santa Barbara was nice. But I watched the HBO documentary that Albert Brooks made about himself the night before.
It was Rob Reiner. But
oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. His
Right. Yes.
So I watched that documentary and was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I do think Albert Brooks has a very high opinion of himself, which maybe turns me off. I don't know. But then we get into the thing. I didn't meet up with Brendan. Was there with his wife and some friends, and I went by myself to the theater and was sitting like right in the middle too. It was all old people in the theater.
Sure.
Of course. And Kevin Pollak opened the show.
Yeah, doing walk-in, Captain Kirk.
It was,
He did walk-in. He did a lot
Did
of
he do walk-in? I was a little late.
He always does walk.
Yeah.
Walk-in and Captain Kirk. Like, if you see Kevin Pollak even on the street, he's going to do it for you.
This night, he actually didn't do it. He came out. Okay, so first of all, let's go back just one little step because that documentary, I think, I don't know if that's the ultimate hand-holding walk into the realm of Albert Brooks. A lot of that documentary focuses on the stand-up stuff, his anti-comedy stuff, which is what we'll be talking about, I guess, later on. But it really is not about his movies, his acting, him being an auteur.
No, it's not about the auteur. It's not really even like he doesn't truly even delve into his family, which is also interesting. You get like the things that you've always got in like Park Your Carcass, but like like Bob Einstein does not really factor in.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I, as a kid, I gravitated towards Super Dave. Like Super Dave is my Albert Brooks, I guess, or whatever. Like at a young age, I mean, obviously it's a lot more accessible because a 10-year-old's going to get Super Dave.
Yeah,
a lot easier than.
I watched Bizarre when it was airing. That's how old I am. Remember Bizarre, John Byner?
Yeah,
it was Bizarre. It was on Showtime or HBO, but it was like early '80s, and I would watch it because every week there'd be nudity, and there was comedy, and there was Super Dave. So there was Super Dave, and there was nudity, and a bunch of kooky sketches. And John Byner was a kooky guy that was. I guess bigger in the 70s and 60s maybe, but I was coming in, as a kid watching this, and Super Dave was always funny. He would show up on the show, and I think that's kind of what really launched Super Dave. But anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, no, I do like Super Dave. So yeah, I'm at the theater, and
surrounded by old people.
Well, and like right in the middle. Too.
Smells like pee in there.
Really great seat. And and then Albert Brooks comes out, starts talking, and at about like 15 minutes into it, I was like, this isn't for me. Like, this is just, it sounds like he's kind of just rehashing the documentary. This guy's really patting himself on the back about a lot of stuff. Already just 15 minutes into it, I was like, I don't think I have another hour and a half in me.
Yeah.
So I left.
So you left.
And I went to a bar up the street and was texting Brendan, thinking that maybe he was in the same. I was like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Here's this guy. He's talking about himself too much.
Yeah. And it went on for like 3 hours. Like because I kept going back to the theater because the little bar that I went to was just like a half a block away. And you'd go back to the theater and they had like a TV in front of the theater. And I saw it was like still going on. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like a hostage situation.
Wow.
It just didn't
accept that it's Albert Brooks just
except
regaling us with old stories
in person. Like,
well, that's the thing.
Like,
it's like
that to me is like I once drove. Like my friend saw.
Did I offer you the ticket at one point?
You told me about it and said, but then I looked it up. It was sold out.
I think okay. Yeah. Because I was supposed to. There was a chance that I was going to be out of town, so I offered the ticket to a few people. I thought I offered it to you, but either way, yeah, it's.
But it's the idea of getting Andy Haynes once called me up and said he saw him at a restaurant in Santa Monica, and I got in my car to drive to see if I could see him in person. That's like the one. I just want to see him in real life.
Okay.
Let me tell you my point of view, if you don't mind, from this thing as an Albert Brooks lover who watches his movies, and I think I had VHSs of his movies like all throughout college. I just rewatch them all the time, and I really am interested in him as a filmmaker. As the stand-up stuff, I think is really cool and everything, but not nearly as monumental and epic as his movies. Even like Mother, to me is like I'm on board. I'll go for The Muse. That's how hardcore I am.
The Muse has some good bits, and Mother, honestly, if you watch it, you're gonna.
You guys are too deep for me. Well, this is kind of like how Oasis just played here in Los Angeles. It's kind of the same thing. Like, people were losing their shit about going to see Oasis. And I'm like, yeah, I remember them.
I had that realization that I was like, oh, it's really cool that Oasis is back together. And I was like the perfect age. And then I was like, I don't care if I see Oasis. They were like never like in my top 10 favorite bands of that era.
But this isn't even equivalent to going to see
He's
Oasis
your Oasis.
Live. It's him talking about Oasis. Is what it is.
You would spend $100 to watch Albert Brooks talk about Oasis for 3 hours.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna do a one-for-one thing, this isn't him performing comedy. It's him talking about how. Okay, so first of all, this isn't the documentary. The documentary is more about that early stuff, and it was about a friendship between Rob Reiner and growing up with Mel Brooks and
that's another
Carl
thing
Reiner and all that stuff too.
And not to cut you off, and that's another. I guess it is like a level of just kind of jealousy of like where it's like, well, you fucking grew up next door to Carl Reiner. Like, of course you were gonna like. He went on Johnny Carson and said you're the funniest person in the world when you were like 15. Like, that was a pretty like. Ease, like you were there was no way you were not going to have a comedy career.
True. I mean, but that wasn't what the night was. This night was basically, he goes, "Hi, I'm Albert Brooks," and then we've got what's his face? We just said his name.
Kevin Pollak.
And
he's and then Albert Brooks pulled out his dick and he said, "Now you might think Kevin's going to suck this, but watch this. I'm going to suck my own dick for 3.5 hours in front of you."
I saw it differently. In that Kevin Pollak is a fan of Albert Brooks's. And then more so, he's a fan of Albert Brooks's movies. And so Kevin Pollak, to me, for my money, was asking the right questions. He was getting into it on the things a super fan would want to know, not necessarily the early days. I mean, which are great.
They're great, fine. But I think those are so well documented. Like, if you read any book about comedy from like about the early 70s, Albert Brooks gets at least a chapter, and every one of those stories. It's more interesting, like, basically after he makes those short films for SNL, that's all a mystery. Like,
right.
Yeah, like I want to know more about that.
Absolutely, yeah. So, but yeah, and here he is making these crazy narratives on these subjects that we haven't heard before. It's no longer anti-comedy. It's a strong narrative with a character that is, like we said, totally wrong and kind of insane and kind of doesn't learn anything by the end.
You know, I could give you a recommendation.
Well, okay, go ahead.
You should listen to Albert Brooks on Conan's podcast. He tells a story in that it's the only time I think I've ever heard Conan's genuine laugh. He breaks Conan.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
I think this maybe can be a two-parter because we have the Albert Brooks album Comedy -1 that we're going to listen to.
Sure.
And there he has his second album is A Star Is Bought, which I have and can't locate right now.
It's maybe on YouTube.
I think
or something,
I'm going to give this one last try because I do have friends. I've had friends throughout my life who worship Albert Brooks, like you two weirdos. And,
sure.
And I just I've missed the mark, but I'm like, maybe I just didn't give it. It's like the way you talk about Imagine Dragons, Sean. Like you keep trying to get me into them. And I'm like, I really haven't listened to their albums.
He keeps throwing me under. I do not like Imagine Dragons.
But I will. This is what we'll do between now and whenever we listen to A Star Is Bought. I will sit down and watch. I'll watch 3 of his movies.
Okay.
I watched Modern Romance more than once, I believe, and it just didn't really do it for me. But I'll watch the real life thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And then maybe
Modern Romance also has that sequence where they're editing and the sequence when they're doing ADR, and that's just crazy little set pieces that are just really, really fun and have nothing to do with the story.
Yeah, you love George Kennedy.
Yeah, you love George Kennedy.
You love George Kennedy.
You love him.
Wait,
think about it.
Who's George? What else has he done? I know him.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You love George.
Yeah, Kennedy. I love that guy.
Yeah, you love him.
He's my Albert Brooks.
And then I think also Albert Brooks was there in an evening where he was kind of recreating something that happened. I think it's Sketchfest, which was just a Q&A with super fans that are like, there he is out in the open. Tell us everything. And I remember I picked up a lot of stuff that I didn't know about beforehand that I think is maybe Albert Brooks inside information. Some people do know.
I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into. I watched the documentary because I feel like every time he comes up from a friend of mine who's like a huge fan of his, I'm like, okay, I have to there's something I'm missing.
Yeah,
and so then I'll dip my toe in. And so I watched the documentary going up there. And then I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And then, but when it started, I was like, oh, I don't want to just hear this guy talk about himself for 3
I guess.
hours.
Well, yeah. If you're not if you're not a fan, you don't want.
Not initiated.
You don't. You don't want to hear somebody's life story.
Talking about stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that movie.
But Santa Barbara's beautiful. So it was it was a nice little mini vacation for me.
Kevin Pollak's a legend.
Kevin Pollak was great.
I give Kevin Pollak. I think he did a great job. So I'm on board with him interviewing Albert Brooks.
Well, let's listen to some Comedy -1. This is his first album. What year?
1973.
Oh,
yeah. So you have 1973. What's happening in the world? Nixon's still president.
Vietnam's still happening?
Vietnam is still happening. The New York Dolls are blowing up the East Village right now.
Weren't they voted best and worst band?
By Cream Magazine, which I'm wearing a shirt. Best and worst band of 1973.
73. Yeah, you're right. There's all the music that's good is probably happening at that point. We already have Sabbath and Zeppelin and Queen and...
I haven't heard of any of those bands. I got to check them out.
Yeah, but...
Sabbath? How do you spell that?
But it's the first time I think we start seeing something close to this, which is anti-comedy or alternative or something.
Exactly, because up until now, this is the only thing that's come before, your Borscht Belt comics, your
Senior Wences.
Yeah,
that's about it. Yeah, you've got.
That's all that there was
before there was Senior Wences, and then Albert Brooks showed up.
Yeah,
Bill Cosby was out there.
Bill Cosby. Yeah. You didn't really you had Richard Pryor doing Bill Cosby,
right?
And you had, I think, Carlin is kind of getting.
He had short hair and a suit.
He's becoming Carlin at this point too. So, but there's no. And no one has ever tried being like alternative at this point, like making fun of comedy.
Yeah.
And to do that, you kind of have to be good at comedy first. And I think Albert...
We have to know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you have to know the guts of comedy to, you know...
Oh, you got to get up in them guts.
Got to get... Yeah.
But that's what he talked about, just going on The Tonight Show and just doing something and never trying it out before, never, like, maybe running
And
it
that's
by
what I'm jealous
Carl.
of. I'm like, I wish my dad could have called The Tonight Show and said,
Well-
hey, will you put my son on there tomorrow?
Well, his dad,
And he
his
could try one of
his
his
dad
weird-
did die at when he was 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then he deserves all of his success. No, I'm not...
Take it back.
it is.
Call him and apologize.
I
right
recognize that this comes from a place of envy where I feel like I feel like that if I could have been on the Tonight Show, very like, you know, before I did an open mic, like, and tried something crazy.
of course.
Yeah.
But
it just would have been a cool way to get it, you know, instead of trying to figure it out for 20 years.
What is crazy is he's kind of the only guy like that.
Yeah.
It's the only guy who got to, like, you know, test stuff out on the Tonight Show at 20.
Yeah.
There's no other person who's doing that. Like, who has done that?
Nobody's ever done that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of any.
I have a list of Nepo babies in my head. And
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a complex kind of... I don't dislike him. I think he's fine.
You just don't want to hear him talking for a couple hours.
I just didn't. Once I walked into that theater, I realized that wasn't for me.
Will you explain then why you drew penises all over the cover of the album, gave him Satan horns?
I was trying to draw my penis.
Trying to be creative.
All right, let's listen to some of the record. I haven't listened to this in I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Albert Brooks.
Thank you. Hello, and congratulations on your purchase. This fine recording is a combination of material. Some recorded live at the Troubadour in Los Angeles, some recorded elsewhere. The last part of this album is called Comedy -1. And this is where you have the chance to become the comedian, or comedienne, and get the laughs. But more about that later. I would like to say that during the live portion of this record, no laughter has been altered in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, I have with me here a notary public who will swear to this fact. You're a notary public.
Yes?
And you swear to this fact.
Sure.
Well, that's just about it. Oh, yes. When you hear the yodel, you turn the record over. So, without wasting any more time, let's go now to the Troubadour. Well, wait. Let's waste just a little more time. Fine. Let's go now to the Troubadour. We join me in progress. There's mics all around here. There's a recording truck outside. A record is being made. There's nothing you have to worry about. Just, have a good time. I just don't identify your laughter. A lot of people like to do. Said Bill Harrison of Phoenix. By the way, this room is full, and I might say that there's a camera up there right now. There's a Jewish audience in the Wilshire Ebell Theater watching this. They do that on high holidays. When the temple fills up, they move into theaters, but they never take off the titles of the theater, and thousands of Jews walk out of Deep Throat.
Deep Throat's so popular in 1973.
They ought to change the title.
Deep Throat comes up a lot on this podcast.
This is the...
It does, but I mean...
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. We love Gerard Damiano. Like, Linda Lovelace came up in the last episode.
Have you ever seen that, Brendan?
I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think I have either.
You should watch it.
Almost unwatchable. It is truly, it's like abhorrent. Like, it looks bad. It's mostly filmed in like a motel in Miami. But the premise is good.
Right, she has an orgasm from her throat or something, right?
Yeah, her clit is in the back of her throat. It's like the worst possible thing that could happen to somebody. And, she's constantly, orgasming while eating. And then a doctor helps her out.
How many times have you seen it?
I watched it one time because I was really into...
You got caught.
I got caught. Yeah, my mom is just constantly was like, "You better not be watching Deep Throat in there."
What are you doing with the VCR and the
took you
television
out
in the back?
Yeah, I had my projectionist friend.
They took you behind the shed and made you watch 100 porno movies.
It's getting worse. I mean, there are buildings that are... There's no building large enough now, it seems. A Three Dog Night just passed a law within their group, starting, I think, in 2 months. They will play no more buildings of any kind. They will just play states and do 30, 32 concerts a year, stand in the middle of Kentucky and play, and everyone pays that day. Appearing in Kentucky, Three Dog Night. Liar, liar, $8.50. I'm just going to Dayton. You heard it, you pay it.
I guess I haven't listened to this since I got it. I didn't realize that it was just straight up a stand-up comedy show.
It kind of is,
side.
and then there's other bits on it, like
A Star Is Bought is all sketches, and there's no live performance on that.
There's like the fake phone call, like the phony phone calls that are very fun. But this one has, like, I think when you get to side 2, you have like the national anthem bit.
Okay,
which is
a famous bit of his.
Yeah, is a classic.
And then he interviews you, right?
Well, then
there's a script that
we could try to do it live.
Yeah,
we will do it.
We should do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a comedy team, and you are one of the members.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And this is, I mean, he's talking about opening up for Richie Havens.
Yeah, Richie Havens. I mean, like, how
you really don't see that anymore. Comedians opening for bands.
It rules.
Yeah,
my favorite times doing comedy have been opening for bands. Like
that's a rough gig. Because that's 2 different kinds of audiences happening at the same time, which is talk to your pal and have a beer, catch up, and
the best thing. What I realized later after opening for bands, like for like a year, is I was opening for this band, Screaming Females, that I really love, and their lead singer would come out and introduce me, and then it instantly made every set better. Because then they're like, "Oh, Melissa thinks they're cool. Marissa thinks they're cool. He's cool."
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch Eugene Merman go and open for all kinds of bands.
Yeah, I saw him open for like Cake and Gogol Bordello.
I was at that show. Yeah.
I'm opening for a punk band, October 17th.
The Cyberbullies.
Every person walking the street, there's Alamo Bradley and his wife Alameda. Little Alamo Jr. This concert was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. I was in the lobby of the hotel at 7:30, met Richie and his band. We got into a station wagon. Very easygoing guy. Talked to me for a while, talked to the wagon for a bit. Really wasn't a hard man to get along with. At 10 minutes to 8, we get to this place that no performing should have been done in. Ever. It was originally built to store manure for the rest of the world. At 8:02, at 2 minutes after 8, not 8:30, not 8:45, 8:02, 6,000 people are in this place going, "Rich, rich, 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 rich." 30 minutes, 45 minutes you can handle. 2 minutes is just silly. How did all those people get organized that quickly? Richie, Richie. I'm trying to dance to it, make a rhythm song. Richie, Richie. He's sitting there acknowledging. Hey, that's me. I know it is Richie. I was begging for a disc jockey to be there to introduce me. Usually I hate it, but I wanted the disc jockey there because he would come out and the audience would get some of their hostility off on him. Audiences hate disc jockeys. And they have a right to, because generally, for the most part, disc jockeys are the worst human beings in the world. Now look, if there are some disc jockeys here tonight, you might be different. The disc jockey playing this record right now might be a great guy or gal.
That is true. Most disc jockeys are pretty bad.
Yeah, you never like have when you would do radio before
yeah,
like for like the comedy club forced you to do radio.
Yeah.
You're never like, wow, that person. I'm so glad I spent 10 minutes with them.
Right. And it was like 3 hours out of my morning because you had to get picked up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
and
like,
driven to.
I'm so excited. I'm on Reno, Nevada, and then the guy's like, "Are you gay?"
Do you do radio when you're doing your concerts?
No, I usually. I mean, it's a really good situation because if I'm going to do any promo, I'll do it as characters from the show in my own little studio, and I'll do that ahead of time, and I'll just write bits, and I'll do things, and I'll pre-produce things, and if you want to run them, you can. And fortunately, I think it's better if I'm not associated with the project whatsoever. I've said this many times before. I'm bad for the brand.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm a shadow on stage when we play, and we're playing the picture, and you get like everything that you want to get out of it, out of the live show. But I don't have to do that stuff, and we're so loud.
We're talking about DETHKLok.
We're talking about DETHKLok, right? And we just get to crush the audience with volume and power and our synergy and all that stuff between picture and sound and all that stuff. So I have gotten to sidestep that thing. But what I think is interesting about this right now is this is part of Albert Brooks' high concept ideas, is that he's mentioning that this is a record as he's doing it too. So he knows what this is, and he keeps, because you'll listen to Bill Cosby or you listen to an old whatever record, and they're just doing a show at a place, and that's just one of those nights. This is an event for this thing.
Yes, this is
which
like
is different,
Yeah, and I think it's like it goes into his planning. Like even though it kind of gives, he wants you to believe that there's no planning involved in anything he's doing,
right?
And like everything, he seems meticulous in everything he does.
I think that's part of his success, is that I think most people are really good planners of a project. And that's how they make the movies. That's how they raise money, all that stuff. They have to be meticulous.
Yeah. And that's why, like, all of like those the bits we were talking about before we were taping, like on like all those late night spots that he would do,
right?
It always was like everything's going wrong, and it's like just so meticulously planned with like it's bit on top of bit on top of bit, like
right. Yeah, it's an orchestrated kind of destruction.
Now I've heard that him and his brother didn't get along. That he didn't like Bob Einstein. Like he tried to like get in the way.
It's kind of interesting because in both of their documentaries, they kind of ignore each other in it. And like, but the one time that they appeared on camera together in Modern Romance, I think is just like one of the funniest scenes ever.
Oh, he talked about that night. He said that his brother is just like, I don't think this is funny. So that was his impression of it. I don't think this is funny. I don't get it. I don't know what you're trying to do. And he's like, just do the thing and try to do it.
Okay, Sweats. I'm 6'4". What are you, about 5'11"?
I'm 6 feet.
Okay, how do you like these?
Pretty nice.
$75.
Oh, that's too expensive. I don't think. I mean, that's expensive.
I got cheaper stuff, but if you're sweating it, you get a skin rash.
All right. Well, I'll take this.
Take them? Okay, you'll need 2. That's $150.
No. Why? Wait. I'll take 1. I don't want 2.
What are you going to do if one's in the wash?
Maybe I won't run that day.
I misjudged you.
It's also funny, too, because another just part of Albert Brooks is that he's very aggressive, and then he also acquiesces almost immediately. Where he says, like, buy the box. He goes, okay. He goes, what are you going to wear on the day off? Maybe I don't run that day. I'm sorry, I misjudged you. Buy the box. You'll be happier. Something like that, right? And he goes, okay. He just like acquiesces to that. Like, I'm just going to follow this. It happens in all of his movies. I love that little extra, completely contradiction of his personality right there.
Well, I feel like I'm bringing the show down because
you hate it all.
I don't hate it.
Every time.
I don't hate it.
Honestly, I noticed while we were playing the bit, you're smiling a little bit.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
I saw the corner of your mouth.
I
saw you try to push it down.
I think he's fine. I think he's fine. I guess that's I haven't seen the like genius that other people see. I guess.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I'm smarter and funnier than Albert Brooks. So I'm on side 2 now. What's the, how does that start off?
You're going to get another introduction and a stereo demonstration. Then you're going to get rewriting the national anthem.
All right, please be quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of you. We got to get through it. Please be quiet. Very quickly. Sit down at the piano, state your name, where you're from, play your song, all right? Don't give us any please be quiet. Don't give us any titles. We'll call them all the anthem. If we like it, we'll get your title from you later, okay? State your name, where you're from, play your song. We'll stop you when we've heard enough. Let's go quickly. You're first. First. Ted Rutherford, Dallas, Texas.
Albert Brooks play the piano?
Yeah.
Hey, world! Look at us! We're the greatest! Thank you very much! Dan Allen, Denver, Colorado. miles from coast to coast. Every citizen has reason to boast. Thank you.
Why do they have to rewrite the national anthem?
Because people aren't singing it.
People aren't singing it as much.
I'm from any ghetto you choose. You jail all your black. Thank you. My name is Mr. Robert Bob.
What was his dad? His dad was Parky Carcass, and what was that, a radio?
It's like a radio thing.
Yeah,
which is
radio
what
thing.
the other special is. The other album is a little bit more radio. It's yeah.
He was in like movies in the 1940s and 1950s,
Okay.
but you know how he died is he died at a Friars Club roast. Like he finished it and then immediately had a heart attack.
Oh wow!
He was roasting Lucille Ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a recording of that?
There's like a visual or pictures or something that
It's in the documentary a
so,
little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, like you'll see, but like he finished and then keeled over.
Right.
And like the big joke was like he had to kill one last time or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like,
yeah. Some people have shit their pants on stage, but it's different.
That's different.
I heard-
you want to die, but you didn't die.
But you're still around.
I split my pants once on stage at Caroline's.
Yeah?
And it was the hardest I've ever killed. Because like there was like people who couldn't catch their breath.
Right.
And,
yeah.
and two, I was humiliated.
Were you doing like an act out or something, and then just
I was hosting, so immediately this is bad.
Yeah.
Because I have to come back out
Sure.
after the feature. And I put my leg up on the front table to like make a point, and
Right.
my pants just split from hole to top of penis. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big split.
It was a big split.
That's a whole pants. Were they like skinny jeans or something?
They were skinny jeans. It was it was a huge mistake, and I felt terrible. But man, did the audience love it.
And so you had to do the rest of the show with that pair of pants. 'cause
You said you kept coming back out
pair.
with pants that are torn.
What I did was I tied a hoodie around my waist and put it to the front.
Like a lady on her period.
Yeah.
Now you brought up shitting yourself on stage. I had heard or read a story about the band Poison.
Yeah.
Let me know, because you're really plugged into the heavy metal scene.
I am.
But
Are
not
you talking
Poison,
about
like-
the food poisoning incident? No, I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know. The band Poison. I heard that they were doing a lot of speed at the time, and they always had diarrhea because they were doing speed, and they would perform with tampons in their ass.
Really?
To keep
Is that
themselves-
why CC DeVille says behind the music, it went from the house of whores to the house of horrors? It's my favorite quote from behind the music.
Do you know those guys?
No, I think I had gotten some messages from CC DeVille. I got a lot of messages from like rock and roll people who were like, watch your show, man. It's fucking right on. And I heard a nice message from CC DeVille. And I was like, fucking rock and roll, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And but he didn't say anything in that message about shitting his pants on stage. Not that unless I don't remember. But but it happens more than you think. Oh, I remember being on like stage where you're like I'm singing like guttural death metal stuff, and I'm projecting as much as I can. And if you have like food poisoning, or if you're like getting over something, chances are pretty good that something like that could happen. I managed to fight it off, but Gene Hoglan, the drummer I play with, who's an amazing dude, one night he's like, "Oh yeah, that happens. Oh, I forget. I've done a lot of shows, so He shits himself. At some point, I was talking to my drum tech, and I was like playing, and going rat-a-tat, and I was like trying to yell, and I'm like, "Help me!" And he was like, and he said, "What?" And then at the end of the song, the drum tech goes, "I can't hear what you're trying to say. What were you trying to say?" And he goes, "I was trying to say toilet paper." But I think like seriously, if you're sick, you can't cancel the show. That's like no, you gotta just like play through. You gotta muscle through it.
I don't think I pooped my pants as an adult. I don't think so. Have you guys?
I'm not saying anything.
I think like once in my early 20s, like after
like a full poop,
like after a night of heavy drinking.
Oh yeah.
But like as a kid, I remember I shit on a sidewalk because I couldn't make it.
Yeah,
and I shit my pants
next to a Labrador.
Yeah, it was him. And I crossing the highway, I got scared.
And you shit your pants?
I shit my pants when I was 12.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I did. This was only a few years ago. I went. The Phillies were in the World Series, and I went and watched one of the games at a bar, and I had walked there, and on the way home was just like, oh boy, I better get home quick, and made it home, and went up the stairs. I started going up the back stairs and was like, I'm not going to make it. And so I went back down and I pooped in my yard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, that's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
okay. That's what you call a near miss.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was...
I remember Louis C.K. talking about that his body seeing his house. Like he was like holding
Right.
it the whole time, and his body saw his house, which basically meant
You're
home. You're home. Like it's close enough. Like this is where you need to be. No. We're not all the way there yet. It's like where like the Uber would drop you off, but that doesn't mean you're home yet.
What? You never pooped yourself on stage?
No, but like that one time I almost did. I was flexing every muscle in my body basically to make sure that I don't think it would have changed the show much, but it's you have to muscle through the whole show no matter what.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But I didn't know. I thought I would though.
With comedy, I feel like my body completely shuts down when I'm on stage. Like in terms of like I don't have to go to the bathroom. I don't have to like I'm like so panicked the entire time that like I'm ready to fight.
Right.
So like I don't have to shit. But so when you guys are playing, like
whatever. I mean, at this point, there's a whole routine of like when you take a nap, when you eat like 2 hours before you go on stage. You can't eat right before you go on stage. You have to like leave yourself. You can't have a full stomach.
Yeah.
I got a lot of just like I'm just pushing air out of my body the entire time with my face. If you try the other way, then you're in trouble.
Are there like drum solos and stuff? Like, is there a time when you can get off, like run backstage? And
there's like one area where I can basically get off stage, take a breath, get some water, and switch my guitars out or something. But most of the show, I'm there on stage because we don't want to waste any time. Our show is like just sometimes it's under an hour or just over an hour. I think there's like a wear out your welcome kind of a thing with it doesn't matter who you see, like from the greatest bands to the worst bands. There's a time where you go, okay, enough's enough. We've seen you, and we want to go home.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking about leave them wanting more, get off the stage and go home, and let them go home too, and let them scream for you a little bit more, and try to get you out.
Amen. Like, because every time I hear like my friends going from home going to see Bruce Springsteen, they're like, he played for 4.5 hours. I'm like, that is a hostage situation at some point. Like,
I agree.
It's like going to see Albert Brooks.
For some people, a hostage situation. So some people like their ultimate dream.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I want to always like err on the side of less when performing, because I think there is. I go to so many shows and I check out where the audience's energies are, and when like they're like, all right, you see them like they start to get their car keys out at some point.
Like, a bunch of car keys jangling.
Like,
I remember seeing Jay Reatard, who I like really loved. Like I had like all of his like singles and EPs, and then he was playing FYF Fest in like 2007. And I was so excited to see him. And he played every song in 15 minutes. And it was the greatest concert I've ever seen in my entire life. Like he played 15 minutes. It was in and out. He played so fast. It fucking ruled. And then he died. Now I have a story for life.
Oh, man. We talk about death a lot.
We do. We talk about shit, death.
When I perform on stage, I don't leave them wanting more. I leave them wanting something else. That's my rule of thumb. So is this, should we, we can wrap this up. This is available for streaming, I assume?
Yes. And why don't we do another kooky crazy call before Comedy -1?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I love his prank phone call.
All right, it's time for another kooky crazy call.
Another kooky crazy call is still a copyrighted feature.
And this time, I'm disguising my voice and calling a charter airline. I'm going to attempt to charter a plane to Australia. Let's see what happens.
International charter.
I'd like to charter a plane to Australia.
I'll connect you with Mr. Leonard. Who shall I say is calling?
Oh, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, one moment, please.
Yes, this is Mr. Leonard.
Yes, I'm interested in chartering a plane to Australia.
This is Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Let me ask you, how many people are going to be involved in this charter?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Well, listen, I'll tell you, it's really pointless to discuss this kind of thing until we know just exactly how many people are going to be involved. So why don't you give me a call back when you have a bit more information?
Well, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that a real call? Was that an actor?
Excuse me. Now we come to the section called Comedy -1.
I don't know.
That was the kooky call.
That's funny. Yeah, it's
have a
hilarious.
script in front of you. People listening to this on 8-track
So
tape
do,
or cassette, if you try...
Do one of you guys
you're
want
the
to?
guest.
You're the guest. You want to?
I could try it. I could give it a shot.
Come on, give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
So
Hold on.
Get your big break here.
Hold on. Yeah, this is okay. So
I mean, you're the best actor we got.
Yeah,
top
yeah,
5
definitely.
Brendan.
Top 5 Brendan.
Top 5 Brendan.
Top rated metal guitarist.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know how to
magazines.
push through in case you're going to shit your pants.
Yeah, I know how to clench it up just in case something goes bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
He's taking me on the road with him too.
That's right.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that, but let's check it out. Let's see how this goes first.
Yes.
Showtime, sir.
Thank you. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to get nervous.
I'm starting to get nervous.
Good
too.
luck.
That's the weird part.
No, it'll be
Break a
great.
leg.
I didn't know I was going to get
Next
nervous.
time I
you are
speak
in
to
the
you,
safest space,
Okay.
and then you're
Good
going
Good to
to
know. That's good to know.
Stay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's gonna be a great clip.
This would be a good clip.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Royal Hotel's Majestic Room is proud to present the comedy team of Albert.
It does feel like
and
the show's really starting.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm improvising. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Albert.
And I'm you.
Wait a minute. How could you be me?
I didn't say I was you. I said I was me.
No, you didn't. I said I was Albert, and you said you were me.
You got it all wrong. I said I'm Albert, and I said I'm you. But I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Now I'm confused.
Then stop calling yourself Albert.
I think we should get on with this.
I agree. Oh, what are we going to do?
Well, if it's all right with you, I thought we would visit the auto mechanic. Thank you very much. Bernie, a little visiting music, please. Excuse me,
yeah.
I need some work done on my car.
$8.50.
$8.50? What's that?
You said, excuse me, I stopped work and looked up. Time is money. So whatever's wrong with your car, including the time you're using up now, it's going to cost you at least $8.50.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's $9 now.
Okay, I get the point. You don't come cheap. Now, can you repair this car or not?
Sure, I can repair it. Well, what seems to be the
knocking
trouble?
in my engine.
Oh, it's probably a piston. Let him in.
I'm not getting anywhere with you.
I'm not getting anywhere with you either. Maybe it's our toothpaste. Brother, I almost didn't recognize you. House mom!
Stop this! Can you please fix my engine?
I can. All right. Open up the hood. I'll take a look.
Wonderful.
All
right. There.
There it is.
There.
Oh, it's open.
It's open.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy!
What does that mean?
That means I'm glad I'm fixing this thing instead of paying for it.
Are you trying to say this is going to cost a lot of money?
Let's put it this way. Remember the $9 you talked about earlier?
Yes. So?
Well, we still have the 9 and 2 zeros. Now add 2 zeros. Now the decimal point just passed away.
This car has only 17,000 miles on it. Nothing could be that serious.
If you're so smart, why don't you fix it yourself?
'Cause I don't know anything about cars.
Nothing at all, huh?
No.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy!
Okay, that's it. I'll go elsewhere.
Look, mister, you don't have to go elsewhere. I was just pulling your leg.
If I wanted someone to pull my leg, I would have gone to a chiropractor.
Now look who's doing the jokes.
I have to get one laugh, don't I?
Okay. Now I'm going to put this car up on the hoist and check it out thoroughly. If it's something minor, I'll fix it for free.
Well, that sounds honest.
Maybe to you, but to me it's one of those big lies of our century. Now stand back as I raise it up. There she goes. Going up, there. By the way, there's a slight using of hoist fee.
Using of the hoist?
That's right. Each time I raise or lower a car, it wears out my hoist just a little bit. I have to charge the customer accordingly.
Believe it. You mean it actually costs money just to raise this car up?
No, it's raised for free. It only costs money if you lower it. Just $10.
This is highway robbery.
Wrong. This is garage robbery.
I don't have to stand for this.
I agree. You can sit on the hubcap in the corner. Be careful, it's greasy.
Here is $10. Bring my car down. I'm through with you.
Wait! Don't leave. I need that business. My life is in ruins.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm divorced. My son is in jail. My daughter is just kidnapped. I can't pay my bills. My doctor says I may be dying.
My God.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I know. You're right. Let me start over. I may get divorced. My son should be in jail. My daughter wants to be kidnapped.
Right. Now stop with these jokes.
If I stop with these jokes, this bit falls flat on its ass.
Please. Just fix my car, please.
Okay. Let me look under the here real quickly. I'm looking around. Well, I think I found the trouble.
What is it?
It seems that one of your pistons has pounded its way through the muffler. You're gonna need some new pistons and a muffler for starters.
Just a minute. That's impossible.
I thought you said you didn't know anything about cars.
I know enough to know that the pistons and the muffler don't even come near each other.
Well, that's fair enough. Let's take another look. You were right there. The muffler doesn't seem okay. It seems like everything's just about, it's the camshaft. I think I found the trouble.
You must think I'm a fool.
You're getting warmer. Sorry, I screwed that up.
Well, let me tell you a thing or two. It so happens that I don't
Excuse me. Are you the auto mechanic?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Georgie Jessup.
Hello, Georgie.
Well, where's that applause coming from? I thought we were in a garage. Listen, I need some work done on my car.
$8.50.
$8.50? Oh, my God, I didn't realize it was so late. I got to be somewhere at 9:30. Well, I'll see you later.
No, Georgie. The mechanic wasn't giving you the time. That's a price.
A price for what?
You said, excuse me, I stopped work and looked up. Time is money. So whatever's wrong with your car, including the time you're assing up now, it's going to cost you at least $8.50.
That's ridiculous.
That's $9.
That should have been my line.
Now, look, I don't need this car restored. I just need some repair work. This car belonged to the great Al Jolson.
Oh, what seems to be the trouble with it?
Well, every time I stop at a light, it gets down on one tire. Of course, I'm just kidding, but actually, I don't know what's wrong with it. That's why I came here.
Does it make any funny noises?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, I don't know if it makes funny noises. I mean, these days, who can tell what's funny anyway?
That's for sure. That's for darn sure.
Enough of this talk. Now, I'll make you a deal. You fix my car. Charge me almost nothing.
Yeah.
And the next time that you're very, very sick, you call me, and we'll talk about a eulogy for you.
I don't think you'd want this person to work on your car, Georgie. The prices are outrageous and the service stinks.
You'll pay for that!
I have no doubt.
Well, then I don't need this then. I'm very big in many parts of the world, and anyway, I can go to Earl Shive, and for $29, he'll paint over the whole problem. Thanks very much, and I'll see you later.
Here he goes! There he goes!
Mr. George Jessel, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. George Jessel. He was right in getting out of here, and I'm following his example. Now, here's your $9 for your valuable time. Here's your $10 lowering fee. Put my car down. I'm finished with all this.
Put your car down, huh?
Yes, put it down.
Okay. Why, I've seen better-looking cars in a rodeo. Why, this car is so slow you could write "Hello" from Hollywood on the roof and mail it to a friend. They do that with turtles.
You never stop, do you?
Only when the bet's over.
Well, in that case, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, audience. I love you. I love you.
Incredible.
That was incredible.
Thanks, man.
That was really good.
That was fun.
We really put you through the ringer there.
I know. I didn't realize what I got myself into.
I was like, yeah, it was like 5 pages.
Yeah, seriously. You know what's funny?
But that was fantastic.
That like me doing even like a slightest impression of Albert Brooks, that shows up on Metalocalypse everywhere. There's like our main character is Facebones, which is like a skull with like rotting flesh all over it. But that's me doing an impression of Albert Brooks on that character. I do like hi, like way too high, like get around here, like that kind of a thing, you know, which is basically like my impression. It's all over Metalocalypse every episode and our live shows and everything. There's definitely a reference to Albert Brooks. It's like his Jiminy Cricket, almost kind of like insane.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of craziness.
That was amazing.
I was very impressed with that. That was really good.
After that bit, how do you feel about Albert Brooks?
You know, I mean, hearing somebody do it was a joy.
We were talking about this movie, this record, but A Star Is Bought has a lot of these produced pieces that, to me, harken back to like the Jack Benny style.
Yeah.
And the Jack Benny is like the etymology of Jack Benny gives us Gary Shandling, and it's Gary Shandling's show. So and Burns and Allen and all that stuff. Self-aware comedy that is, oh, here comes my valets to, you know, and they go and they do a little adventure or something.
And that is Albert's hero.
That's
Jack Benny is like his Albert Brooks.
Do you ever get into Jack Benny stuff? For some, I went crazy.
You know, I'm familiar. Like, yeah, no, I never did like a deep dive.
It's so funny because Jack Benny is where I think the It's Gary Shandling show really completely came from. But I went for some reason, I go into this like I'd go into these hunts for comedy of like, what's the old stuff that's still funny, you know? And I've gone through. To me, I found what I love more than anything. And Jack Benny's show is really, really funny because it is the Gary Shandling show because he has this super tight shorthand with going, oh, here comes this guy. I don't like him very much. He owes me money, and I'm just not gonna try to ignore him. I'm gonna see if I can get out of this conversation. Hey, how you doing? And it's all Seinfeld and all that stuff. Is like that's Jack Benny's show too. Like just that shorthand.
That is like like the things that I really love from like the like 40s. Are like Hell's a Poppin'. I think Hell's a Poppin' is like one of the best movies ever made.
I don't know that one. So tell me. That.
It's a comedy team. It's an adaptation of a Broadway show, but it is insane. Yeah. It's like the first time the fourth wall was broken in film.
Okay,
and it's like a huge inspiration for Joe Dante. Like Joe Dante's referenced it in like every one of his movies. And Gremlins 2 has a lot Hell's a Poppin'.
Got it. Okay,
so that was my introduction to Hell's a Poppin' because I love Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
And
my son was really into Gremlins 2. I had to watch that a bunch of times.
It's truly
a wild movie.
It's such a bonkers. It's such a bonkers follow up that it breaks all the rules and it's just totally nuts.
But I recommend Hell's a Poppin'. It's on YouTube. Okay. Watch it. It's incredible. There's like a famous Lindy Hop scene where it was like the introduction to Lindy Hop. That is the most impressive athleticism you've ever seen in a movie.
That's cool.
But then like it's where you get all of those like it became a trope to have like guys dressed as little devils. In hell, like that came from Hell's a Poppin'.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Hell's a Poppin'. I'll have to check it out. It goes back to like for me like early TV. Again, it's like like Burns and Allen. I don't know if you ever watched that. But, but the greatest thing to me as a writer, how conservative you could be with with exposition. So it starts out, George comes out and he goes, hello, everybody. He's got his cigar and everything. He goes, tonight, let's just go to this story right now, and we're going to see Gracie. Gracie, and the camera drifts over in one big move. It just goes all the way over there, and there's Gracie. She comes back with her friend, and she's like, oh, no, I can't believe I wrecked George's car. Oh, my gosh. Oh, geez. What are we going to do? And then the camera drifts up to like the vacation fund on a cookie jar above the refrigerator, and they go, oh, and the camera drifts back to George Burns over there, and he goes, well, it's not Shakespeare, but now you know what the story's about. We'll be back right after this. And as a writer, you're like,
I remember the first time I went to like the television museum, I was like really excited to watch like Ernie Kovacs.
Sure. That stuff is weird as hell and really interesting and artistic. Did you ever get into Ernie Kovacs?
No.
It's really odd and interesting. But early TV, kinescope stuff.
All right. Well, I have my work cut out for me.
I know. For Albert Brooks Part 2. Yeah.
For Albert. Oh, yeah. No, seriously. I'll come back and do Albert Brooks Part 2 because I still think we're maybe slowly coming to show you that there's a little bit more than a guy who's, as you think, maybe smug and lived himself.
Famous
Well, like
self-sucker.
I said,
what I love about him is that he would hate any of us, and that's really impressive. I think.
That is like the idea that he would not be in, like he would not care that you live. Is exciting.
I remember him, like I think it was like on WTF or something. He said he talks about like a push away that he does when he goes, "Thanks for the compliment," and like pushes you away with a handshake, and you just find yourself in another area.
Well, I have to pee really bad, so we should.
Okay. Well, then that's great.
What's your? You have a tour coming up, or is it not? Announced?
Well, we just did. It's been a crazy year because we did overseas for the first time ever with this project. It's like next year is the 20-year anniversary. We just announced something in Ohio with the band Behemoth and a bunch of other really great bands. So that's the only thing we've announced for 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're in Ohio, you are in luck.
If you're in Ohio, you'll see us. Yeah.
Yeah, us.
Well, yeah.
I'll be on the bass.
That's right. That's right. You're going to be playing. Okay.
And a double dip. I'm going back out on the road doing stand-up, and I'm going to be touring with Brendan and his band.
Okay, so the Sonic Temple. And that is Behemoth, DETHKLOK, Cradle of Filth, Dying Fetus, Cattle Decapitation, Suffocation, and our old pals, Necrogoblicon, which is a video that I directed that you were in.
I'm in that video. My head explodes.
I blew up your head, yeah. Actually, that came up as a memory. It was a shot of you with like lens flares and all that stuff around you before your head exploded, yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Brendan.
Thank you,
This was
Brendan.
great, and Yeah, I'll give it an. I'll give him. I'll watch some Albert Brooks movies.
And just write a review, give us a like.
I'll come over. I'll show you something.
I prefer to just watch Katherine Heigl movies or Easter Sunday.
You don't want to dip into another area. Fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't go over there.
The Heigl verse is pretty much where we stay.
Yeah,
we stay put. We know our place.
If Katherine Heigl, if you're listening, please make another movie. We've watched them all.
That's true. We need some more Heigl-exploitation.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Yeah, for B Money and the O'Connell. Awoo!
Awoo! Awoo! Awoo!
So long, folks!